And now, Sportsline Friday night.
Welcome to Sportsline Friday night. I'm Eric Boone. Cole Sams joins us in a bit. As always, we'll begin with our Sportsline Game of the Week, presented by your Southern Idaho Honda dealers. And there he goes, 35 yards to the house. Luke Flowers throws a strike to Cade Steffler. Touchdown, Rigby. Going into this season, many people had this matchup circled on their calendar. The back-to-back 5A state champion Rigby Trojans hosting the Highland Rams, who beat them last year in another heavyweight matchup tonight. Also a special night in Rigby as the Trojans celebrated senior night before their final home game of the regular season. And after the festivities, Rigby takes the field ready for battle against the Highland Rams. Both teams ready to rock. First quarter, opening possession for the Trojans. Luke Flowers finds his man, Cohen Peck, for 6. Touchdown, Rigby. It's 7-0. Then a methodical drive for the Rams on their second possession. Jackson Riddle goes up the middle to convert on third down and keep it going. And 2 plays later, Drew Hymas shows off. He scrambles to keep the play alive, then throws down the field to a wide open man. It's Kalana Elvarico for the Rams touchdown. And we're knotted up 7-7 after 1. Second quarter, Rigby also takes its time moving the ball. Cade Steffler takes the catch in the flat 17 yards up the field to move the chains and say hello to our Sportsline camera. Later in the drive, Luke Flowers calls his own number, and the Montana commit reaches the goal line to put the Trojans back in front. Back and forth battle goes the way of Highland on a late trick play touchdown, 22-19 in our Sportsline Game of the Week. Intensity is always high on the football field, but when Hillcrest and Bonneville tango on the gridiron, it just means more. After all, that's why they call this game Civil War. A big game like this calls for an awesome flyover at Thunder Stadium for the Knights and the Bees. The action began right away on the opening kickoff. After receiving the kick, Sheldon Nelson somehow finds his way through a mess of humanity for a huge return before being pulled down inside the 10-yard line. Almost made it all the way. Short time later, Trayson Keller takes the handoff into the end zone, putting Hillcrest ahead 7-0. Later in the first, Peyton King slings it outside to Tayson Pinniger, and he does the rest. He fills in the blank space with ease. Touchdown Knights, and they continued to party on in Idaho Falls. Keller would finish the first half the same way he started it, with a touchdown to make it 35-0 Knights at the half. Hillcrest blows out Bonneville 42-6, and the Knights are 7-0.
The defending 4A champs have started 3-3, with Skyline alternating with a win and a loss in each of their first 6 games. After a loss against Rigby last week, they had a chance to keep that trend going, taking on the Blackfoot Broncos. It would be a dogfight into the second half. Tanner Ellis closes the gap and comes up with a huge hit on the wide receiver to get his Bronco teammates on their feet. On the next play, Carmine Garcia would make a play for the Grizzlies, somehow getting out of the sack and heaves it deep downfield to a diving landed tap who's in the red zone with the big gain, leading to Amani Morrell making his way through the Blackfoot defense for the touchdown to extend Skyline's lead. Morrell continued to make magic happen in the backfield, fighting off defenders and gets tackled out of bounds near the 10-yard line. Kason Smith would cap off the drive with a run to the pylon and makes it into the end zone. Skyline bounces back with the win over Blackfoot, 40-19. King Russet getting some love at Shelley with the Russets hosting Idaho Falls. Parker Elliott makes a heads-up play and bats down the 4th down pass to give the ball back to the Tigers. The Shelley secondary not allowing any big plays on the next drive, breaking up the long pass from Bradley Ellison near the end of the first half. The Russets needed a touchdown to tie the game and come alive down the stretch. Aiden Egbert dives out of bounds near the 10-yard line. And later in the drive, Chance Waite doesn't wait to get into the end zone. He ties the game going into halftime as Shelley would keep the momentum and win over Idaho Falls 28-21.
The Aberdeen Tigers taking on the North Fremont Huskies in Ashton tonight. The Huskies' Carson Bone makes an explosive gain on the first drive, taking North Fremont all the way down to the 10-yard line. And inches from the end zone, North Fremont pushes it across for the touchdown. Then Owen Reed runs it in for the 2-point conversion. 8-0 Huskies. Aberdeen forced a punt on its next drive, and tiny but mighty Roy Wynn makes a few Tigers miss for a massive gain on the return, leading ultimately to another Husky touchdown. And once again, it's Carson Bone. Huskies confident after dominating the first, but his quarterback Jed Hill goes for the long pass here. Watch Wesley Nelson go up and get it. A one-handed interception. How about that play? The highlight of Aberdeen's night. Huskies, though, did not give them a yard to work with. North Fremont dominates, winning 48-12. Still ahead on Sportsline Friday night, we head to Arco to show you an emotional senior night for the Butte County Pirates and the community.
It's all treats, no tricks at Arctic Circle this month with the return of Square Pumpkin Kids Meals featuring real quality ingredients and our spooky Halloween flashlights. Collect all 4 while supplies last. Arctic Circle, where the good stuff is.
Of luck, a squeeze of serendipity, a whisper of hope, and a dusting of dreams to help capture the fun.
Roll up some excitement and treat yourself to a chance at wickedly good wins with 3 monstrously fun tickets from the Idaho Lottery.
Exciting Spud Kings hockey, October 7th, 7:05 p.m. at the Hue Arena at the Mountain America Center. The Spud Kings take on the Rock Springs Grizzlies. Visit ihavespudkings.com for details. Sponsored by Local News 8.
Welcome back. Hashtag Dilly Strong was the motto tonight in Arco for number 13, Dylan Waymeyer. As you saw earlier tonight on Local News 8 at 10, the Arco community honored Dylan at Butte County football senior night. Dylan is recovering from emergency surgery after he collapsed at last week's game due to a blood clot in his brain, and he continues to make progress in his recovery. All proceeds from tonight's game went towards Dylan and his family. 13 seconds of silence for Dylan and prayers showing their love for their teammates on an emotional night in Arco. On the field, Pirates on their first possession, Keaton Archibald, a short pass to Brody Westergaard, and he runs to the corner of the end zone to put the Pirates ahead 6-0. 2-point conversion would be good, and Butte County leads 8-0. Next, Archibald goes to the other side this time, passing it to one of the great names in high school football around here, Razor Duke. He runs it in from inside the 10, 16-0 Pirates after another 2-point conversion. Vikings pass it long later on, but it is intercepted by Westergaard, who just keeps his toes in bounds for the pick. Nice play there. And a few plays later, a handoff to Boston Anderson. He runs in and dives over the goal line here as the Pirates win it for Dylan on senior night, 54-6. More scores from tonight's game, starting with the red-hot Teton Timberwolves. They defeat South Fremont 68-20 for their first conference win. Teton is 6-0 and has scored at least 40 points in every game so far this season. And in Wyoming, Jackson Hole back in the win column, 30-6 over Green River.
In air mode, the Snake River Panthers take care of business on the road, defeating the Marsh Valley Eagles 30-7. And Preston wins a close conference matchup against Century, 22-19.
What a game in Dayton tonight, where Declo edges out Westside 27-26 in a matchup of the top 2 2A teams in this week's statewide media poll. And Bear Lake picks up a big conference victory against Malad 41-20 on home field. You can see all of tonight's scores scrolling at the bottom of your screen and in the sports section on our website at localnews8.com. Time for this week's Sportsline top plays that you voted on. Starting at number 3, we check in with Highland and take a look at this from Kalana Alvarico. Foot down and a touchdown. A beautiful catch for the score against Blackfoot. He made another one in Rigby tonight. But at number 2, we head to Thunder Ridge. That's where Hudson Harker had himself a night against Bonneville, including this grab and double coverage, helping the Titans win their first game of the season. And our top play of the week that you voted for comes from the Hillcrest Knights. The insurance TD, Jace Judy juggles and hauls it in. Great touchdown, and we'll see you next time.
Your local news is now available on any of these streaming services and devices.